Hello, everybody. It's about 6:45 in the morning, Chicago time on Tuesday, the 29th of October, 2024. Please remember that I am a clairvoyant clairaudient, and so everything on this channel is for entertainment purposes only. Take the time to do your own research, form your own opinions. Go ahead, leave a comment if you have questions or anything down below. The full disclaimers in the box, along with the an email if you want to schedule a private reading or have other questions that need to be answered. And yeah, during the week, I just do direct uploads. Then on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, that's when I do the live chat, and that's on Sundays. So, yeah, let's get going. Yesterday was kind of crazy. I did have to go into the city because it was a belated birthday celebration for a couple people, so we all went and met for lunch at the Walnut Room, which is the old in the old Marshall Field's Mall, now Macy's, and it's like where we got to see pictures. They were actually doing the installation of the giant tree, so it was kind of fun watching that. Now let's see. Okay, what's going on in the world? Well, we're in the final countdown. We've got, today is the 29th. We've got 7 more days, 1 more week to Guy Fawkes Day. And a lot of things the fireworks have started early. I mean, in the American Pacific Northwest, Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington, they're basically one giant metropolitan area separated by the river. Well, remember a few years back when they went batshit crazy and decided to shut down the town? Well, now the same little morons are setting fire to the ballot drop boxes. Whose votes do they think? Well, it's like people who are upfront and honest about who they want. Yeah, they're doing the right thing. They're dropping off their ballots early, but this is so that the evil people can, bring in replacements at the last minute when they realize what the numbers are, so they can bring in. Here's the replacements for the burned ones, and they're all going to say Cami poop on them. So their fraudulent activities have already started, and they're already claiming, people who put things in the wrong envelope. So they're already using the nonsense of fraudulent paper to swing things in their favor. And it's very, very blatant. It's just ridiculous. And of course, we've got now Cami Poop now wants to go on Joe Rogan, but I don't think she could handle a 3-hour conversation, let alone a 3-minute conversation, without saying, I was raised in a middle-class family. Well, Cami Poop, time for you to release your mummy and daddy's visa applications, because they were here as teachers, so they had to have lots of paperwork to be able to do that. Now, of course, Cami Poop is doing this bait and switch bullshit. She's calling Donald a modern-day Adolf. Well, excuse me, but wasn't it Adolf who wanted everybody with an identity card? And isn't that what Cami Poop and Barry and Jojo the Idiot wanted with that C-19 garbage? Yeah, you have to identify, you have to register as being jabbed. That's just like registering if you're a Jew. Yeah, Cami Poop. Yeah, this is what they want. This is what they're trying to do. And they're calling everybody out hypocrites. Now, we did know that Donald had his big rally at Madison Square Gardens. And again, the Democrats are comparing it to a bun rally that happened back in the 1930s. Big mistake. Okay, one of the guys did make a bad joke about Puerto Rico. Well, Cami Poop is now bringing that, oh, aren't they so horrible about what they didn't do, what happened when a storm hit Puerto Rico? Well, duh. What have you guys not done so far with the Carolinas and the storm damage from like Helene and Milton so far? Nothing. Okay, yeah, they're comparing Puerto Rico to a trash dump, but you know what? Cami Poop, back in the 1960s, there was a film made, and it was a reinterpretation of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. And it's called West Side Story. And it's with Natalie Wood. Well, Natalie Wood's voice was dubbed by Marni Nixon. Well, what's crazy is that listen to the lyrics. And the one song, Who Wants to Be in America, that's during a dance scene. I mean, Rita Moreno was singing it. And the conflict of the story, instead of the Montagues and the Capulets, the two sides were the Jets and the Sharks were the Puerto Ricans. Yeah. And basically, they're always singing about, yeah, it's great to be in America because home is a piece of shit. Go back. I'll see if I can find a clip of that song. If I do, I'll drop it in the comments. But even as 1960s, there were Puerto Ricans making jokes about how bad, how awful Puerto Rico was. And if it's so great, why isn't J-Lo back living down there and all these other idiots? No, they'd rather live here on the mainland than on the territorial island. Yeah, if it's so great. It's because the people on the island know that the people from the mainland will come and bail them out all the time. They don't have to do anything. Total Democrat behavior. Yes. Yes. And so think about that. Now, we've got a lot of elections happening all over the place. Big job interviews, Peru. There's a lot happening in Central America. And a lot of other ones happening through Europe, smaller ones that we're not really hearing about. And one thing that I did find a little clip on, I guess in Sydney, Australia, there's some shithead Muslim cleric, mullah, who's spewing extreme anti-Semitic shit. Well, you know what? The Jewish population is now taking that ass to court. That's basically all they're saying, is that, yeah, this guy is being taken to court for all the stuff he is saying. And I'll have to depend on my Aussie viewers to keep me posted. It's taking place in Sydney, and it's a Muslim cleric. And he's on the younger side, so he's been fully indoctrinated in the Iranian ideology, the Islamic Republic ideology. So what happens in that courtroom will set a precedent worldwide. Now we've got some other bullshit going on. Yeah, the Islamic Republic has executed the German national, Jamshid Shamad, Sharmad. Yeah, because he voiced opinions different to their ideology. Yeah, they decided, whoop, whop. Yeah. Vote for Kamala is a vote for, we no longer have freedom of speech. Vote for her, basically, is a vote for our country to be possibly within 4 years would be under Sharia law. That's what she wants. Well, that's what Barry wants. And Cammie's just the puppet. And of course, they would remove her and put in two-timer idiot Timmy. Yeah. Treasonous terrorist Timmy. That's why they have him. Because he's nothing but a puppet. And he can bully, oh, we have to get rid of the woman and put me in charge. That's Barry's plan. Globalist plan. Definitely. And it's like even, yeah, the Islamic Republic, they found a new sucker to take over being head of Hezbollah. What's his name? Naim Qassem. Of course, he's another extremist. He's saying, oh, we want peace. No, they just want stall tactics. They want to start talking in order. It's basically gives them time to regroup and rearm themselves. And they're having kitten fits because the government of Israel has now kicked out the UN and it's alleged, oh, we're coming in to help that UNRWA stuff. Well, yeah, anything that was any supplies or humanitarian aid that was coming into Israel via the United Nations, it wasn't going to the human Kevlar. It was going to the Hamas leaders first, and whatever they didn't need or want, the leftovers, that's what was being given to the women and children that they use as human Kevlar. So basically, Israel said, stop. Nope, you guys are no longer getting food and bev. You're no longer getting reinforcement supplies. You want supplies? It's going to have to come. You're going to have to figure out some other way to get it delivered. We're not letting the UN. UN basically is, how do I put this? It's turned into a world control organization. And the other stuff that's hitting the fan is Erdogan, you know, the guy that runs Turkey. He's starting to stir the pot. And years ago, a friend of mine who's Jordanian told me, never trust a Turk. While they're shaking your hand with one hand, the other hand is reaching into your pocket to steal your wallet. Don't trust the Turks. They look out for themselves first, and everybody else is just easy pickings. Yes. And then we've got I sent the link to somebody else already, but I guess Macron is now paying a visit to North Africa. Well, yeah, a good section of the northern part of Africa was colonized by the Spanish and the French. And he's in Morocco right now. And he's trying to play nice and get things set up. And he's trying to... Now, Morocco is the most westernized North African country. If you look, a lot of movies are filmed there. I mean, a bunch of the Star Wars stuff was filmed in Morocco. Sex and the City, Raiders of the Lost Ark. They've got a big film industry there. It's a very westernized country. But then you've got a couple other countries like Algeria and Tunisia. Well, Macron is there. He's going to start negotiating because he has to get Morocco on his side to push these other countries and to start accepting back the deported former residents. I mean, the people from basically they run to Algeria, Tunisia, establish residency, and then they hop a boat and try to sneak into Europe. Well, they're trying to get everybody, all the countries. I mean, if they came from that country to illegally enter Europe, those countries have to take them back and ship them back to where the people originally came from. So Macron is under the pressure to establish a way for these people to be sent back to their country of origin. And that's what he's doing in Morocco right now. And now, finally, somebody, I saw it on an obscure website. They're talking about Thomas Birdsong, who he voiced his opinion, he did his documentary, and now, actually, Keir Stormtrooper is acting like Adolf because anybody who's his political, who isn't following the party line, he's dumping them in prison for with overlong sentences. Keir Stormtrooper is releasing the real criminals like the pedophiles and thieves and all that stuff. He's releasing them out of prison. Anyone who doesn't follow in the party line, he's tossing in for 2 to 5 years. That's just what Adolf was doing in his government. So yeah, Stormtrooper is doing that. And people are kind of upset because Thomas Birdsong has to be in solitary confinement for his own protection because Stormtrooper is releasing all the British criminals. They're leaving the Muslims in. You know, the shitheads the groomer gangs, the pedophiles, the guys that believe it's okay to marry a girl who's in her single digits. Yeah. And so the true Brits that are still left in the prisons are being subjected to horrible treatment from the extremist Muslims, those criminals. And, yeah, they've had to put Thomas Birdsong in solitary to protect him. And they did announce how you can send him mail and emails to let him know, hey, people got his back. But be careful. The British government is going to keep track. If you send him an email or a letter, you're now going to be placed on a watch list. Yeah. Same with those that send stuff to Alex Belfield. Anyone who speaks up and criticizes the government, yeah, they put him in the, he serves time at the King's Pleasure, and anyone reaching out with support is now on the Stormtrooper watch list. Sick thing, but it's a reality of what's going on in England right now, the UK right now. So be careful. Very, very careful. Now, get ready. We're in the wacky weather time of year. So be careful. I mean, yesterday morning, it was at freezing level. And then it went up to the 60s. And now today, this morning, it's already in the mid-60s and going to go up to the 70s. I mean, 80s? We're in Indian summer. We've had our first hard freeze. And they're saying there may be snow flurries for Halloween here. But the wacky weather is going to continue. And on these nice days, go visit an actual village hall town hall and voice your opinion for the big job interview on Guy Fawkes Day, do it now in this nice weather, but don't go to a government office building to do it. Don't drop it into any box sitting on the corner, because those are going to be tampered with. Because I have a feeling they're going to try and do some really serious weather manipulation on Guy Fawkes Day to make it hard for people to get around. So while we have some really nice clear weather days over the next 6 days, go voice your support for Donald. Because just like how they manipulated the weather to hit the Carolinas, there may be massive weather manipulation on Guy Fawkes Day here in the United States. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've covered everything on here today that I've been looking at. And no, I haven't really kept track of the World Series. I mean, it's like basically two New York teams duking it out, so I really haven't paid attention. And unless Kansas City was in it, I don't pay attention. Okay, so whatever, it'll be either the Brooklyn Bums or the Yankees, so New York will still go batshit crazy. The real New Yorkers will. And heaven help any migrant that gets in their way. Yeah, that'll be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, it would take winning a trophy in a baseball game to scare the crap out of those illegals. Hey, New Yorkers. Who doesn't want to celebrate their team winning? Or, since it's Los Angeles Dodgers, the real Californians can scare the crap out of all the members of the Big Red Sea Army that have invaded California. Great way to scare the crap out of them. And Gavin Newsom and that that's the governor of New York. But everybody, happy Tuesday. Hope you've got lots of goodies stocked up for the kiddies that are come knocking on your door on Thursday. So, catch you all later. Bye.